Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. I am thrilled because we're talking about perfumes, but also thrilled because I know everybody is like waiting on this video, so I'm happy to be filming it. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about my most worn fragrances of 2023, and there are quite a few. Some of these fragrances I've talked about multiple times. Some of them I don't even know that I've talked about at all. I know that I've talked about them on TikTok and like posted about them on my Instagram stories and stuff, but not on YouTube, so I'm excited for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave. And let's get into it. I have quite a few, but these are the ones I wore constantly. And I want to pick out like the ones that I'm like, oh my gosh, I wore this so much. I'm almost sick and tired of like talking about it because I wear it all the time. And there are 3, maybe 4, could be 5, hard to say. No, there are quite a few. There are quite a few that I'm looking at that I'm like, I wore these so much. So let's go ahead. One of the top ones, you can see here, I barely have any left. Like, literally barely. This is the Glossier You. Everybody loves this fragrance, I feel like, and everybody smells so different with it on. There's something about this. It has pink pepper in it. It's a very, I feel like whenever you say the word spicy, people associate it with like a deep cardamom, like deep, sexy kind of scent, like date night only. This is a very daytime appropriate scent, but it smells different on everybody, and that's what I love about it. Like, I will never forget, we were walking to the baseball field. I was with one of the other baseball girlfriends, and I was like, dang, you smell so good. What is that? Now, you know that I know my fragrances. And so normally I know what everything is. And she was like, oh, it's Glossier You. Pardon? It smelled so different on her. Like, literally smelled so different on her because it smells different on everybody. So to me, this is like a beautiful daytime, nighttime, universal kind of scent. Wear it in the spring, wear it in the fall, wear it in the winter, wear it in the summer, wherever you want to wear it, it's appropriate. So I feel like it's a very good investment fragrance, and it's not even expensive. I want to say this is $68, if I'm correct. I don't know. You can always find it on sale. You can go on Glossier.com, get it on sale on there, or get like the 10% off or whatever. It's just a beautiful fragrance, and it kind of smells like that girl, like that clean girl aesthetic of like your hair is pulled back, you're slicked back, she has clear skin, got it together, smells nice, keep it in your car, roll on fragrance. This is that, and I love the little bottle. I love the fact that it has like the little thing here. For whenever you spray it, like it has a place for your thumb. I already have purchased a new one of these, as well as 2 roller balls that I keep with me. You already know. Anyways, so that's definitely a top fragrance of the year. Second top fragrance of the year is Replica's Bubble Bath. And I know that a lot of people have, like, this has mixed reviews. I have a travel spray of this that I took with me and used the entire thing whenever I was in Brooklyn with Chase. And then I have this one, which clearly I've put a fat dent in. And for me to put a dent in a fragrance means that I wear that fragrance all the time. My mom always hates the way that I smell. I don't know, okay? Christy has a vendetta for the way that I smell. And every time I wear this, she's like, you smell so good. Because I think that it's one of those things, again, that you just kind of smell different whenever you wear it, but you very much so get that very clean, beautiful scent. What was that? It was a spritz, or I don't know what. Yeah, it just smells clean. They have one that's called like at the barber shop or I don't know, something about a barber shop. That one definitely smells like shaving cream. This one smells very fresh and very clean, and like you just got out of the shower, but not like a Dove bar soap kind of shower. Like you're just crispy clean. It reminds me of like if white bubbles, like if a white perfect bubble had a smell, that's how it would smell. Like clean, crisp, fresh, not lemony, not zesty, not fruity, but just extremely clean. And how you would want like your house to smell. Like it's cozy. It's a warm, cozy, fresh scent. It's like right on the borderline of extremely fresh, but you're like, oh, that's still really cozy. Like gives you the same vibes as like the Sol de Janeiro body spray, the like 71, the one with like salted caramel and pistachio or whatever the heck it has in it. And it's like a warm hug, but it's like, dang, she's so clean. Like, hear me out. If you're going on like a date, I feel like this would be a really good fragrance. Like you're going on like when you're first date and you're like going to, I don't know, like you're walking around going to Joe and the Juice. They lean over to hug you by and they're like, dang, she smells so clean and like fresh. Instead of being like, oh, that's a deep, really sexy scent. Clean and fresh. I don't know. That's my opinion. That's my view on that. Okay. Next most worn fragrance would have to be these. Actually, these 2 for sure. Yeah, all the ones I'm talking about right now are like, they all tie for first place because I wear them so much. Obviously this one, Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540, We've seen her, we know her, we love her. There's a bunch of dupes, but I do think that there's nothing identical to the smell of this one. She's expensive, but it's glorious. It's a beautiful smell. I've never smelled anything like it as far as other perfumes go. Notes wise, like obviously there are the dupes, but notes wise, it's just very different. Like Maison Francis Kurt de Jean did something really different with this. And I think that because it was so innovative, especially in the fragrance industry, that's like copy, paste, add a different note, take away a note, that whole sort of thing. He really did something different with this. And I think that's why it was so universally flattering, and I can smell it pretty much anywhere if I'm out. Like if I go into Lexington, I smell it all the time, which is annoying to me. But anyway, love this. And in its honor, I have 2 of these from Amazon, which I posted about. This one went fully viral on TikTok, sold like thousands of them. They still sell all the time. These are both by the brand Orientica. This one is Royal Amber and this is Amber Rouge. So beautiful bottles, extremely beautiful bottles. Love them so much. You can see how much I've used of this one. Like we're almost halfway through. And then I also bought my mom one because she was like, I love that. This is such a good smell, but every single time I smell it, I think I'm pulled directly back to the apartment in Brooklyn, New York, whenever Chase was playing there. That's so funny. I love that about fragrances. Like that's one of my favorite things ever. But anyways, I have a full video on this on TikTok. You can literally search it up if you're like, I don't want to go through all of her things. Katie Fawn perfume, type it in on TikTok, whatever. I've also had it in favorite fragrance videos. It smells very rich. It smells very clean. It smells very much so like you want to smell that way. You want to smell delicious and gorgeous and beautiful and clean and sexy and rich and old money and like expensive. That's what this smells like. And I think it's around $60. It was at the time whenever I purchased it, and I'm pretty sure it's still around that ballpark area. This one I posted about as well, and this is the Amber Rouge one. And it smells it's the closest dupe I've ever found to Baccarat Rouge 540. And I love this because I feel like with Baccarat Rouge 540, I feel like I'm a little bit more, I won't use as much of it, or I'm like, I'm not going to wear that today because I don't want to get rid of that perfume, or I don't want to like go through that perfume. This one, I'm a girl, it's $60. Like, spray it up. You know what I mean? But it smells pretty much the exact same, if anything at all. I would say, like, here is Maison Francis Kurt de Jean, and here's this one. Only because I think this one's a milla, I don't know what's smaller than a milla. Millimeter, millisecond, I don't know. Like, if Maison Francis Kurt de Jean is 100, this is 99.99999999999, etc. With like not being perfect because it's a little teeny tiny bit sweeter. But that's just me being extremely picky, like extremely picky, trying to find a difference. You know? Oh. Anyway. Okay. Moving along. This one. Shoe. Lord, I wore this a lot. I wore this so much. This is the Letta 22 Oris. I also have a TikTok video about this. It went viral. What do you want me to say? It's gorgeous. It's the most amazing scent. I've never smelled anything like this. Nothing. Stephanie Letta popped off with this fragrance. She put her nose to the grindstone when she was making this fragrance. It is so good. It is so delicious. It has marshmallow in it, which on me, I will always say marshmallow is like one of the only things that lasts on my skin that's absolutely stunning and gorgeous and amazing and beautiful. This smells like a beautiful woman. It smells like a rich woman. It smells like a woman who goes on ski trips to Aspen in the winter. It smells like a woman who doesn't care, who has like an Hermes, Birkin, and Kelly bags galore, and she just doesn't care. It's not like, oh my gosh, don't let that touch the floor. It's like, I don't care if it touches the floor. That's what it's supposed to do. It's a purse. Like, you know, I'll get another one if it gets messed up. Those sort of vibes. Filthy, wealthy. I ain't talking rich. I'm not talking money. I'm talking wealthy, okay? Has her life together. Gorgeous marriage. Husband could never cheat because he's obsessed with her. That's what she smells like. My man loves this fragrance. You know who loves it more than him? Me. I was so passionate about that fragrance. This one, also, oh my Lord, it's open. Shoot, Lord, that was scary. This one was my most viral TikTok I've ever had to date. This is the Nest Madagascar Vanilla. If I could pick a few brands to work with, and I'm just like, collab with me on this. Let's be best friends. Nest would be one of them. This is a oil. So my only pet peeve with an oil is that I self-tan and I get spray tans. religiously. Because I don't look good pale. It's not my journey. Never will be. So I can't use this whenever I'm pale or whenever I'm tan. I can only use it whenever I'm pale or have a natural tan. So in summertime, she's my go-to. But I've never smelled anything like this vanilla, and I have lots of vanillas, and I've tried all the vanillas, and like this is my #1 favorite vanilla smell. There's just something different about it. It just smells clean and gorgeous and beautiful and rich and elegant, and like the color caramel. And I don't like when people say caramel. I don't understand why you say that. I don't understand why you say that. I also don't understand peony. That sounds like a disease that you would get in, like, instead of a UTI, it's like, oh, you have a peony. But I say peony. To each their own, except not you. I'm just kidding. Anyway, it just is beautiful. Like, it's such a light, pretty smell, and you can layer it with literally anything because it's an oil. Like, what can I not layer this with? You tell me. You can't. Literally gorgeous. I love the bottle. I love the fact that it does have a little dropper. I think it's like, oh, that's just like my little nest oil. I have one literally in my bathroom because whenever I go to the shower, I'm like, you know, so beautiful. I talk all about this. I get compliments on it all the time, and it's one of the longest lasting fragrances because it is an oil, which means the oil concentration, which means the longevity is much, much higher. Sorry. Anyway. So we love her. We love her. We gotta wrap it up. My next most worn fragrance, this will always have a special place in my heart forever and ever in 10 years, and then infinity and beyond. This is the Greenwich Village from Bond No. 9. I got this whenever Chase was in spring training in, it was in Port St. Lucie, but we were in West Palm. We were in West Palm Beach, and it was so, why is my shirt acting foolish? Anyway, we were there. We were in Saks Fifth Avenue. I kind of sound like Kourtney Kardashian there for a minute. Anybody pick up on that? Anyway. Oh, I love this so much. We were in Saks Fifth Avenue, and I was trying to like look for a fragrance. I was looking for shoes. Chase was in there with me, and this was really our first time ever going shopping at like some big place together. Like, we had been to like the malls around here, but never to West Palm, never to like an area where people are just, you know, extremely wealthy, etc. So we're in the Saks Fifth Avenue. Everybody there has their Birkin bags and their Chanel bags, and, you know, driving a Rolls Royce and a Bentley up and down the streets, and like they're laughing, you know, at their thought of not being filthy rich. And we go in there, and I'm smelling the, you know, Tiziana Terenzi perfumes, and the Perfumes de Marly, and like these things that I'm familiar with. And I never really smelled Bond No. 9. So I go over there and I'm smelling them, and I'm like spraying these testers, and I sprayed this one on my arm, and Chase is like so chill about everything. He's just like, oh yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, I like that. But when he really likes something, like he really likes something. And so if you catch him being like, oh, I really love that, or like, that's amazing, add to cart, purchase, add to cart, purchase, add to cart, purchase. When this man speaks, I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. He's like, oh, that's a gorgeous top. I'll take all the colors they have. 2 sizes. Maybe 4. I don't know. Don't bother me. Anyways, I spray this on my arm. He's like, I really like that a lot. And then he like grabs my arm and smells again. He's like, oh, I really like that. What do you think I did? What do you think I did? Purchase. Cut the check, baby. Cut the check. It was so expensive. But every time I smell it, all I can think, like, I can literally see it. See us sitting there. He was sitting in a chair. I was standing up at this counter, and I will never forget it as long as I live. And it was like one of the best days. We went to BJ's. I think it's BJ's. I don't know. Got a Pizookie. He had a flatbread pizza, and I had a salad. We had the best time, and then we had our little drive back, and we just had so much fun. Like, we just had the best time ever. And we were tan and gorgeous, and we were having so much fun, and it was like the very first stages of like us together. Anyway, I say all this to say, not only does this fragrance smell absolutely amazing, but it has the best memories in the world tied to it. And I just will forever love this, will forever cherish it, cherish the memories behind it, and will forever, every single time I smell it, think about that and be transported back to being there. And it's just like a warming my heart fragrance. I might wear this on my wedding day. I literally might. And he loves the way that it smells. Clearly. That literally like makes me emotional. Oh, And now we're engaged. Anyways, I've talked about this before. I have a haul where I posted about it. It smells like nothing I've ever smelled in my entire life because Bond No. 9 just has really long, really long notes for their perfumes and for their colognes, like just fragrances in general. And they think to blend things together that I feel like no other fragrance house would ever think to blend together. And I just love them. It smells fresh and fruity and yet gourmand at the same time because it's very sweet and has like a grounding sweetness. But it is bright, and I wouldn't say that it's light as in like a light fragrance. Like it's got some definitely heavy hitting notes, but it is just gorgeous and has the most beautiful dry down and is so amazing. Oh, I have a thing where I talk about this, but this will forever. I highly recommend if you have somewhere that has a Bond No. 9, go smell this, go spray it on yourself. You will love it. And like we rode home with the windows down in his truck, and literally all I could smell, all either of us could smell, was that perfume. And we were both like, dang, that smells so good. So, Bond No. 9, Greenwich Village. I would also love to collab with them. Bond No. 9, text me. Okay, moving on. This is another one that I wore a crap ton this year. And I took this with me traveling. And so I have the big bottle, but this is the one that I took with me a whole lot because I was doing a lot of traveling. This is the Kayali Vanilla 28. This is such a good fragrance. It also has a lot of like deep vanilla in it, so the actual color of the liquid inside changes. I wear this a lot with the Sol de Janeiro dark pink body cream. Not the light pink, but the dark pink body cream. And they just pair so well. It's such a nice vanilla. It's so different. It's not like this light, airy, little like childish vanilla or anything like that. It's like a deep, sexy, gorgeous vanilla. You can wear it alone. You can pair it with other fragrances. That's one thing that I love about vanilla. Pair other vanillas with vanilla, you know. Pair the Nest with this. It smells absolutely gorgeous. This is another one that I love to pair with it. Kayali will forever be one of my favorite fragrance houses of all time. I love them. Shout out Kayali. I would also love to work with you. This is the Yum Pistachio Gelato. Man, it smells good. And whenever I first smelled it, there's something about it, like the top note, as soon as you smell it, smells like shaving cream. I don't know. And for like months on end, I would not use it because I was like, that's not my journey. Like, I'm just not trying to smell like Barbasol. But then you spray it, and it's got pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, and cotton candy. And I was like, that sounds like a madhouse for children, is what that sounds like. It sounds like candy yum yum. It's not my journey. No. It is my journey. It's so good. Every time I spray it, I sneeze, so I'm not going to spray it. But I wear it all the time. And this paired with something a little bit deeper, like these together, oh, it's so good. This is seriously, like, I feel like an underrated fragrance, but if you know, you know. And I was lucky enough that they actually sent me this. Shout out Mona. Shout out Huda. But anyways, it's just so delish. And I love their fragrances. I love how different they are. I love that it has like a Middle Eastern background because they just smell different. They perform differently. They last a really long time. They have great projection. Love them. I have two more actually from Kayali that I wore a ton this year. This one is Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. I love their packaging. I love that the little mini travel sizes have the same like diamond cap that the big sizes do. And this one literally just, it smells very similar to the Vanilla 28 as far as like that depth. As soon as you smell it, you're like, oh, a little bit of Vanilla 28. But that pink pepper in it, it smells sweeter, like it's Sweet Diamond. It smells sweeter than the Vanilla 28. And it also, like the pink pepper just gives it like this little spicy, little like, you know? And Chase loves this one. He loves anything with pink pepper. So I'm telling y'all, if my man likes my fragrance, catch me spraying it. Catch me wearing it. We love her. We love her. That's just a sexy girl fragrance. It just is. Like, she's that girl. She is that girl. I feel like if you have a slick back bun and you love to wear like a tighter little shirt tucked into your jeans and you're just like, that girl, this is your fragrance. It's also like not a spottable fragrance. Like, you're not walking down the street and you're like, oh, she's wearing X, Y, or Z. Or, you know what one I always go back to. You know the one I'm going to say, Marc Jacobs Daisy. You don't smell that and be like, that's what she's wearing. Or like Lancome La Vie belt. Like, we know, sister, we know what you're wearing. That one you're like, what is she wearing? I can't really put my finger on it. Delish. This one is Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry. First of all, the packaging. Oh, sexy mama. Here are the notes in this. Now, this sounds delicious. And it is delicious. Burning cherry, raspberry, praline, palo santo. I don't know how to pronounce this specific type of wood. Goyak. goic. I don't know. I never said that I was a professor in wood. Okay, so watch your mouth. And then patchouli. Woo! Lord, I love patchouli in a fragrance. If I could make a fragrance, I would love to have patchouli in it. I would love to have marshmallow in it. I would love to have praline, sweet rum, tobacco leaf, vanilla tonka bean, and orris. I need to remember that. Maybe some lychee too. I don't know. Back to this fragrance. It is such a good smell. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me talk about this. Tom Ford comes out with these fragrances, right? And you're like, electric cherry, burning cherry, blah, 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 blah. Very cherry smells. You smell it and you're like, cherry, like very cherry, like almost cough syrup, wait for the dry down, mix it with something else so it's not so overwhelmingly cherry, not so medicinal. This comes out. Mona Katon said, let me fully crap on every single other cherry fragrance out there and give you all this. And not only that, but give it to you in the sexiest bottle. Oh, this color. Oh man, that's good. That's a good color. It does have that cherry aspect. Obviously, it's a burning cherry fragrance, but that's what it smells like. It smells like a sweet cherry. Not sweet as in like medicinal, not sweet as in childish. Sweet as in a burning, sexy cherry. Dark cherry. When you think dark cherry lips, when you think dark cherry in the fall and winter, when you think dark cherry nails, when you think sexy, that's what this is. Oh man, that's good. That's what it literally smells like. It has like that smokiness, that grounds it, brings it down a little bit. And then you have that cherry aspect where it's like just a little bit sweet, just a little bit tart, but grounded because you have that Palo Santo, you have that patchouli, you have that wood in there, but you have that sweetness of the praline, and you have the raspberry. That's what it is. The raspberry adds some sweetness to it, so it's not just like full-blown cherry, full-blown like cough syrup vibes. Man, that is a sexy, sexy fragrance. I wore this. I'll never forget this. Actually, I didn't wear it. My friend wore it. Bria wore it. Whenever we went to Wrigley, we went to this restaurant, and she was wearing this, and she was wearing literally my perfume. I was like, oh, you would love this. Like, try this. She was wearing it. I decided not to wear it because I was sick in the head, apparently. And I just kept smelling it over and over and over. And I was like, gosh, you smell so good. I need to wear that more. So I started wearing it more, and it worked out because it's stunning. I bet that would smell good mixed with Greenwich. Also, you have to wait for things to dry down. You gotta wait for them to dry down because you never know. Your girl needs a drink. This is my second video today. I'm crying. Lord. Okay. So, this one I'll briefly discuss. I'm literally, hopefully you guys can see. I don't know if you can or not. This bottle's so dark. Anyway, right here is where I'm at in this perfume, which I think says a lot because that's quite a bit of perfume. I always thought this was a gimmick. I always thought like, oh, that's a gimmick, a high heel bottle, like whoop-de freaking do. No, this is sexy. I don't wear this in the daytime. I don't wear this in the daytime at all. I wear this in the nighttime when I'm going on a date, or when I just like, I'm like, you all could never. Like, you could just never. I mean, you guys could, but nobody else could ever. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to smell sexy, you want to smell like that girl, you want to smell like I am that girl, you could never be me. I'm on top of it. I'm on top of my game. I'm on top of literally everything. I'm on top of the world. This fragrance. Very deep, very sexy, very beautiful. More than anything sexy, though. I've talked about this in a lot of my fragrance videos, like breaking down the actual smell of it. But, you know. This one took me by surprise. Really took me by surprise. This is Terry Mugler Alien. Is this Alien Goddess? Yeah, this is Alien Goddess. I was never really a Terry Mugler girl, to be honest with you. But I got this, and I sprayed it, and Chase was like, oh, I really like that. And I was like, fair enough. I started mixing this with this. Oh my gosh, that tastes me. I mixed this and this together whenever we went on our anniversary trip, and it is a divine combination. And it also really lasts a long time. Something about this scent. People really like Terry Mugler Alien. I'm not the big of a fan of it, I don't think. But there's something to it. If you like Black Opium by YSL, I do really think that you would like this. But being mixed with this, because it has like more of a fresh, almost not masculine, but could definitely be unisex scent. These two mixed together, I wore this a ton, and I wore it on my anniversary trip, obviously, and that's what reminded me of that. But man, it smells so good. And this one I just feel like is a really nice mixing fragrance because it smells ambery, it smells vanilla. It almost smells like that scent from Victoria's Secret. It's like Pure Seduction, I think that's what it's called. You guys want to know a funny story? Please listen to this. Pause on all the perfume talk. I will never forget this as long as I live. I was such an innocent child. You don't understand how innocent that I was. Literally, I was like a sophomore in high school and I didn't know what things were. Okay. How do I say this? I didn't know things. Okay. I was not that girl that was like wild and out and didn't care about boys. I mean, I did, but like I wasn't boy crazy, grew up very sheltered, that sort of vibe. Didn't know stuff. Didn't know what the word seduction meant. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Had no idea. So we're sitting in the car, and I had just gotten new body spray from my aunt. She used to hook me up. Like, whenever I was little, she'd be like, you can borrow my clothes, you can borrow my body spray. Like, she was a G. Shout out Amber. So we're going down the driveway one day, and I'm wearing this body spray. My dad's like, wow, that's a lot of body spray. And I was like, thank you. And I guess I was like maybe 8th grade freshman year at this time of high school. And I look him dead in the eyeballs. I look my father, Jason, dead in the eyeballs. And I'm like, it's called Pure Seduction. He was like, what? And I was like, the name of my perfume. Like, it's called Pure Seduction. He was like, okay. And just like, was so confused and kept driving. And I was like, why would he do that? Like, why would he look at me so weird? I don't understand. And years later, the moment still haunts me at the ripe age of 25. I think about that all the time. And I'll never bring it up. Anyway, so let's move on. I only have a couple left. This one, Killian. Again, freaking Killian. He kills it every time. Or she. I think Killian's a man though. This is Princess. This is such a good scent. Oh my gosh, it's such a good scent. If I'm not mistaken, this has matcha or green tea. I think green tea in it. And it also has marshmallow. Killian loves marshmallow. Killian vibes heavy with marshmallow. This one, loved by Killian, the Don't Be Shy. I've talked about this 1,010 times. Will forever be one of my top fragrances. Very, very sweet. So if you're not in a sweet mood, you won't like this. This one's also pretty sweet. This one has a different bottle now. It's more so like this, but this is the older bottle. But this is just a very sweet, this is what they said Rihanna wore forever. Like, if you want to smell like a very girly girl, like she's sweet, she's kind, feminine, gorgeous, like fresh blowout, like that sort of vibe, Don't Be Shy is definitely your girl. And then if you like marshmallow, but this is like a more, not as sweet. This is not as sweet. Also, this lingers for hours upon hours, and I swear to you, it's because that marshmallow. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Jaclyn Hill just talked about this. She was mixing it with the Fenty Sugar Cookie Bomb. These two mixed together, the marshmallow in them, vibe amazing. And if you don't know how to mix your fragrances, I can do like a short video on that. But generally, if something has like a very vanilla base, like usually you can mix vanilla with a lot. Like you can mix vanilla with a lot. If you're like, oh, this makes sense. Like, think about it. Cherry and vanilla, they go together. Cherry vanilla Coke, cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. Mix them together. If you're like, oh, vanilla would smell good with something like a little bit warmer. Like usually warms go together. And then with my cooler time perfumes or like Bubble Bath, like by Maison Margiela, I'm not mixing anything with that. You know, like I'm not mixing fragrances with Maison Margiela's Bubble Bath because like, what's the reason? You know? But this, warm fragrance, mix it with another warm fragrance. Marshmallow, mix it with something else that has marshmallow in it. Play around. See what smells good. If it doesn't smell good, guess what you can do? Wash it off. Okay, thank you. This one, when I tell you that there is no more heinous smell on earth than the smell that you smell when you smell this, okay, in the bottle. I got this and I was like, you know, this is a Lattafa, Lattafa, listen, I don't know, and I got time. It's this brand, okay, Lattafa, watch your mouth, from Amazon. I've tried so much. This is the one that says Honor and Glory, Badi Al Oud. I ain't Arabian. I'm not even Middle Eastern. I'm from Kentucky. And I don't know how to say that. Okay, sweetheart? I don't know how to say that. But anyway, moral of the story. I picked this up and I smelled it and I thought, oh, $60. No, it's not even $60. $40. $40. Down the drain. Down the drain. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. I was. Because I sprayed it and I sent it to my friend Brielle, because Brielle, you know the one, she wore Don't Be Shy on her wedding day. And now she always tells me, she's like, I kind of wish I wouldn't have worn it on my wedding day because it's like a beautiful everyday scent. And now I feel like every time I wear it, it's like a special occasion. She's like, I only want to wear it on special occasions. I'm like, listen, if you like that, if you like something sweeter, if you like something sweet, you will, what is in here? Do I have something I can spray on it? No, it's Chase's shorts. Okay. I was trying to think. I already have two on my arm. This smell specifically, like out of the bottle, you have to spray it out of the bottle. If you spray it, if you smell it in the bottle, you're like, why did she send me this? This smells so delicious. It has pineapple creme brulee. It is a very sweet. You can smell the pineapple. You can smell the creme brulee. If you want to smell like a delicious, delectable dessert, I was not going to have trouble with my alliteration, but I did. Delicious, delectable dessert. Yummy. If you want to smell scrumptious. If you're like into smelling like sweet food, sweet, sexy food. Like if you could look at a piece of creme brulee and be like, you know, that was wrong of me. But this would be that smell. Truly, genuinely. Also, the packaging just is so fire. This is such a heavy bottle. Like, look at this. And it's printed on there. Then you have this on the top. Slay. Then you have this on the bottom. Also major slay. Absolutely gorgeous. We love her. We love her. Anyways. Slay. My mom's calling me. I can't answer right now, Christy. Anyway. Amazing. I don't know what to do about my mom. Why did I describe you guys? Let me finish this video, Christy. I have 3 more perfumes left to talk about. This one, Versace Crystal Noir. Okay. I was a hater for some time. I don't know why. Versace goes off with their fragrances. They go off with their fragrances. They really do. Anyway, Versace Crystal Noir. Perfect date night fragrance. Smells absolutely amazing. Very deep, very sexy. If you don't want people to stop you and ask you what you're wearing, don't wear it. These 2. Let me tell you about these 2, okay? I just purchased them 2-3 weeks ago. Almost 3 weeks ago. Right after we got engaged and right after I got back from New York. I bought them in Columbus, Ohio. I had them previously whenever we were in West Palm because I got the samples from the Louis Vuitton store. This is California Dream. It is so good and it takes me right back to West Palm, wearing it all the time, going to his games, etc. I think that's the fragrance that I wore whenever he played in his first major league game. I'm pretty positive it is. So I have California Dream and I have Atrape Reves, both from Louis Vuitton. These are pricier fragrances. It's Louis Vuitton, like what? It's not gonna be $120, you know? This one has cocoa and peony in it. It smells so delicious, very, very beautiful, very sexy, very feminine. This one is very fresh. This one almost reminds me of like a very upscale, really rich version of Glossier You. Just from like the pink pepper, from it being so fresh and so glorious, but I've never smelled anything that smelled like either of these. I just think that they're in like their league of their own, which they should be for the price, and they should be because they're Louis Vuitton. He can't just be out here like copying Marc Jacobs. So these are gorgeous. If you want to smell like a beautiful, delectable, elegant woman, this is for you. And if you want like an everyday perfume that's just really fresh, sexy, feminine, but also just like she could be going to the gym, she's running errands, that sort of vibe, California Dream is for you. But they last forever and they're beautiful. Beautiful to set around too. So those are all of my most worn fragrances of 2023. If I forgot any, I don't think that I did, but I'll make sure. Those are my most worn ones though. If I did forget that, I will put them in the description box below of things that I like wore the most. Now there are perfumes that I'm like, this is my absolute favorite of all time, top 3 favorite perfumes like Jazz Club, Santal Blush, etc. But I didn't wear them all that much in 2023. I just would like admire them. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyways, I will leave those down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you have a fabulous day.